Recording.
This is
Oscar, you come to life when the cameras are on.
Let me tell you something.
We just walked in here and there's cameras, as you can see, because we're getting recorded. And this man just bloomed.
Can I just tell you something? This podcast setup is so nice.
You're so happy.
Do you want to know why?
The mood shift I witnessed. We're going up the stairs. He sees the cameras. Ta-da!
No, it's not the cameras, Emma. Okay, it is the setup. But number two is that it has AC.
Yes.
And yeah. So I love summer. Well, actually, I used to love summer as a kid, and I always wondered. I was like, I loved summer as a kid. How come I don't love it anymore? And then I realized because when I was a kid, we had central AC.
Yes.
So, like, when you walked into the house, everything was cold. The bathroom was cold. The hallways were cold. The living room was cold. My room was cold. And now, in my apartment, the only area that is cold is next to my bed. But you walk into the bathroom, hot.
Cooking.
Hallway, hot. Closet, hotter. It's like, I can't do this anymore.
But you liked like running around outside and like frolicking or whatever you did.
Okay, that's a little homophobic, Emma. Come on.
I'm not profiling.
Yes, you are.
I used to frolic.
What would you say if that was a straight man, Emma?
If it was a straight guy, I'd say you like to play outside.
You like running around, yeah.
Yeah,
you like bouncing around the city.
You were playing sports and stuff. I used to frolic when I was a kid, but I didn't like the summer when I was little, and now I love it because I in the summer when I was little, I remember my parents would always give me chores. And I just remember this. I remember getting in a lot of trouble because I was trying to mow my name into the front lawn, but I'm dyslexic and ADD, so I mowed the E in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And then I got...
So it was just Mema?
I fucked up my own
Mama?
name in the lawn, and then my dad was like, what are you doing? And then I canceled the whole thing, and I just remember sitting inside thinking something was wrong with me.
I remember when I was a kid, my parents, oh my God, they deserve... the medal of bravery.
Where was it?
Chicago. Okay. Outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
They deserved the Purple Heart for what I put my parents through. I remember one time I'm a resourceful gay. Okay.
Yes.
They don't call me McGaver for nothing.
No.
And I remember one time as a kid, I was looking out my back window in my house, and I was like, I don't like that branch. I don't like that tree. I don't like that branch. I think it's blocking the view.
Oh, you were decorating.
And I said this to my mother, and my mother was like, don't you dare cut anything. You do not have you're too young. Don't you dare.
You don't have the authority.
You don't have she was like, I forbid you to cut anything.
And you said, well, it's not getting my light. It's not getting my light right.
Well, my mother comes home one day.
Uh-oh.
And she sees me in the backyard with my friend Jason, who is in fact cutting down the branch.
How did you guys even know how to do that?
Well, here's the thing. And she was like, I told you not to touch the tree. And I was like, yeah, you told me.
Not Jason.
Not Jason.
Oh, he's a genius.
I outsourced that.
He's a smart little kid.
Yeah, I'm the smart kid because I outsource.
Were you a flamboyant kid?
I thought I wasn't. And then I look back now and I was like, oh, yeah, I know why they called me derogatory terms.
There's not one picture of my youth that doesn't capture such a gayness. I was so gay as a kid. Even when I was deeply in the closet, I was just there was such a, before I was consciously in the closet, I used to wear long sleeve jean button downs with a vest.
Yeah, that's gay, Emma.
Thinking this was somehow, I don't know what I thought I was hiding, but I'm excited because
apparently style
the style was deep in the closet. Style that's a gay problem that I have a lot. Is I feel bad about this, but I feel self-conscious about looking super gay when I'm in certain spaces, and I don't. That's obviously internalized homophobia, but I'll feel bad that I'm so queer looking that then people are judging me on that when I feel like they should judge me on so many other things.
Yeah, Emma, I love you.
And I need to get over that.
But I'm going to be that gay friend. First of all, it might have something to do with your haircut.
Well, I'm comfortable with myself.
She's like, but
I feel
limit. I'm like, Emma, you have a lesbian haircut.
And everything about me is gay, but then for some, and I don't want to, and I've never felt more comfortable with myself, but then for some reason I'll feel, Maybe it's not even me worried about. I just like don't even want to address it sometimes.
Do you feel like uncomfortable in gay spaces or in just spaces in general?
Only maybe I'm just an uncomfortable person. Recently on TikTok, I've had more than one person say, "Hey, one autistic person to another." People have been saying that to me recently.
Yeah, but you're not autistic.
Well, I don't know. I tried to take a quiz last
we're not
night.
Doing that, Emma.
I tried to take
I cannot stand another comic coming out and being like, "I'm autistic."
More than one person has
you're
said
just special.
that's what. So more than one person has said one autistic person to another, and I was like, I'm getting that. I'm getting people have now they'll they them me before I even say what my pronouns are.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like a whole.
Is that what you're worried about?
I'd say my biggest gay problem now is that I feel I'm not. This is the thing where it's like, is the word gay broken? Because it's like I'm not uncomfortable with myself as a gay person. Like I'm so gay, I almost don't even think about the sexuality aspect of it. But how I look as gay, I'll feel uncomfortable with how that's like reflected in straight spaces.
Why?
I don't know. That's my problem. Because
you're a beautiful woman.
I appreciate it.
Who happens to be a lesbian.
I've
So own it and just enjoy it.
Something about it makes me feel like
You can't change it.
Can't change it.
So just own it.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I was in Vegas for a full week, but I don't know what it is.
You were okay. Are you saying this because you feel like you were not around other gay people? You were around predominantly heterosexual
and
people.
I usually
So
am.
what happened is you were now the minority in that.
And that's the other thing. I know that it's like a very...
Even though you're a white woman.
Yes. And so
you're still now a minority.
I was talking about that with Lexi, my girlfriend, the other day, because I was like, I could feel that it was like very white what I was saying. And I was like, but that is my lived reality. Like it would be weird if I was like able to also like highlight the lived reality of someone from like Senegal or something. Like I'm coming at it from I understand it's a lot of whiteness. I'm front loading a lot of whiteness, but like that's.
I love that you said Senegal of all places. First of all, 99% of the people in America probably don't know where Senegal is.
I don't exactly know where it is.
Do you know where it is?
No.
It's in Africa.
That's what I was going to guess, but I got scared to say.
Jesus. Okay. I love you, Emma. No, I think, here's the thing. I understand what it's like to be uncomfortable in certain spaces, right? Obviously, I don't know what it's like to be you in certain spaces, but I know what it's like to be me and gay in certain spaces. And that's, that's been, I think that for you, it's easier for lesbians. Please do not cancel me on this. This is just a thought. But it is easier for lesbians to live in everyday society.
You think so?
Over gay men.
You think so?
Yes, I do. Because for you inevitably, I don't know.
But then they still have to deal with sexism.
Yeah, you have to deal with sexism. But if you were to, walk into a grocery store in Ohio,
true,
someone may be like, hey, you know what? She's just got a really bad hairdresser. Right? Or she's like
in Ohio,
or she's a tomboy.
100%.
But if I were to sashay into something in Ohio, they'd be like,
it's more, and also there's something about where it's
I don't know. I could be wrong.
There is some intense like anger about when it's like seen as like a weakness for man because also this other thing. Guys use gay as a slur more than women do. Oh, yeah. So by being when you're like with women, they're generally more like accepting of it. Oh, yeah. Because for some reason, like guys will like I've noticed this too. Like straight men specifically are obsessed with gay people.
Yeah, they are.
They are obsessed.
They do a lot more gay things than gay people.
Truly, that's why I'm like, is the word gay broken? I was talking to someone the other day, and they said it felt gay holding hands with their girlfriend in public.
No, because let me tell you something. Here's the reason why everybody is gay. That is the issue now, is that everybody is gay.
So
everybody's gay. Everybody's gay. Everybody's gay. Oh, I'm gay. I'm bisexual. No, you're not.
Right, but they're really, yes,
not.
Right.
And I hate to tell you, it's mostly women. Women are the ones who usually are like, I'm bisexual. Okay, why? Well, he didn't buy me dessert, so now I'm going to try pussy. No, that's not, you're not bisexual.
But there are a lot of bisexual women. There are lots of bisexual women.
Okay. actually.
Yes, like the
I want an
real.
actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
'Cause
a real.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right.
But like, I feel like a lot of days people just use it because they want to belong.
Sure,
to
sure.
They want to feel. They want a sense of
Right.
belonging.
Yes.
They're like, well, I'm bisexual. Okay. Well, do you have feelings for women?
Prove it.
No, not really. Okay. Well, have you ever touched a woman?
Right.
No, not really. Okay. Well, then you're not bisexual.
They planted the.
You're not bisexual. That's like me. It's like if you asked me, have you ever climbed Mount Everest? No. Have you
But
thought about it? No. Well, then you haven't climbed
Right.
Mount Everest.
but you could have fantasized about it someday.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean
Right.
that doesn't mean I've climbed Mount Everest.
It's a
I think
spectrum.
there's a difference of like I've thought about bisexuality versus I am bisexual.
Sure.
Right?
I
Yeah. I've thought about getting liposuction.
yes.
But have I had liposuction? No.
But you could because I thought about being straight, I would know, okay, that's not for me. But for them, they could think about it not be for them, but they could think about it and know, but that is for me. Does that make sense? So it could be like, even though I haven't done it, I'm thinking about it and it's for me. But I haven't done it yet. Like before I was gay, I thought that's for me. You know what I'm saying?
I just miss the days where everybody was just like, "Are you gay?" Yeah, I'm gay.
I asked people for some gay problems, and there was a lot of gay problems, which was really fun to see. These were some of the ones that I liked the most. I'm going to read this one. That was there's a couple ones that were bullet points.
Okay.
Okay. I just like the phrase of gay problem too.
Yeah. What's your gay problem?
I have a big gay problem. I'll try to explain it briefly. Please keep it anonymous. You got it, Deborah. I'm just kidding. She didn't say. I'm not saying her name. Please keep it anonymous. I'm a woman married to a man, and I may be I'm a woman married to a man, and I may be somewhat caught up in compulsory heterosexuality, which I had never heard of that phrase before.
I'm sorry. What was
So
that?
it means like
What is that? Can you just repeat that?
you got it. I'm a woman
Yes.
married to a man.
Right. And she's caught up.
And
in
I may be caught up
compulsive-
in compulsory heterosexuality, which I believe is like because like that's the dominant thing around. You go along with it. Like if I'm at a dinner and everyone's eating pesto pasta and I eat that, I'm doing it compulsorily, not because maybe I want to, but because that's what's on the menu.
What is compulsory
Heterosexuality.
See, now you put the menu.
See, I think it's like it's a compulsion. So it's like it's not like a truth.
The idea that society expects heterosexuality to be the norm and pressures individuals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you're swept up. Like if you were on a gay, this is what they say. You'd be compulsory gay in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like someone's straight, but they're in prison, and then they drop the soap.
Right.
So, elder millennial. So I just learned about this concept a few years ago, as you have taught Oscar and I that concept now. Thank you. I dated both genders in my teen years, but found other girls so complicated compared to boys. Yes. Sex with boys was very straightforward, and I didn't have to learn a damn thing to get a boy off. But girls are harder to please. This is true. The anatomy is different. Although I have a question about men, or people with penises.
Okay, finish the question first.
My question for men, people always say men are so easy to get off, but aren't there different levels to it? Like maybe it's easy to give you an orgasm, but to give you the best orgasm.
I mean, it depends if you want to go like this, or if you want to go like this, or if you want to go like this. It's not that hard, Emma.
But say it was like to give the best. Yes, not hard to get off, but to be like, I'm gonna make it so you just like, because then you're like edging someone, you're doing butts, you're doing all types of stuff.
You just ask them what they want.
Right.
Men will tell you, do it this way.
Will they tell you?
Yeah, I'll
Really?
ask. I always ask. I'm like, well, how do you want me to do it? Oh, okay, then do it this way. Great, done.
But so that's
'Cause
great.
That's what's going to get them off.
Yes. I wonder if that is something where it's like you're older, you're more mature, because I wonder because a lot of guys I think maybe secretly want like not the anal what is it in the butt? The pituitary gland? What is it?
No.
Not pituitary gland. Their anal gland. Their butthole cum spot. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Lots of straight men want their butt fingered. Don't quote me on that, but a lot of them do,
Emma,
but they're afraid to
do
ask.
not ever play charades.
I hate charades.
2 words. Anal, butt, pituitary gland. That thing.
Pancreas.
The thing. That thing.
I failed anatomy.
Yep.
Okay. So sex with boys.
Prostate.
That's what we're talking about. So that's all saying a lot of guys. So yes, it's easy to get a guy off, but if you're going to go in with
but not every guy wants his prostate massaged. Finish the fucking question, Emma.
Sex with boys was very straightforward, and I didn't have to learn a damn thing to get boys off. But girls are harder to please. Absolutely. They are also more intense in general, and it felt hard to make it work. I'm pretty and quite femme and attracted to other femmes, but a high sex drive combined with the immaturity of those years made it hard for me to learn to get girls off reliably, and meanwhile guys were so damn easy. There were so many of them, and they all wanted to have sex with me. There has an exclamation point, so there were so many of them, and they all wanted to have sex with me. By my mid-20s, I was basically hetero, though I'd occasionally make out with a friend. It never seemed to go anywhere. I married a really nice man in my 30s and had kids. It's a good life, but I find myself with a recurrent desire to explore the other side of myself, though I have no idea where to start. I find myself mostly fantasizing about being with other women and am virtually never attracted to any man that I meet. I still have sex with my husband, but I'm thinking about women when we do it, and I don't get the thrill anymore, which is pretty normal after 10 years. I'm not the cheating sort, and I'm not looking to disrupt my life, but did I miss the opportunity to be fully myself? I can't help but wonder if I ended up married to a man simply because women couldn't marry each other and the world I was raised in was so hetero. Marriage has always meant stability to me, and my relationships with women always felt like they couldn't possibly be forever. Am I a victim of compulsory heteronormativity? I don't know if this is a sort of big gay question you're looking for. It's a very very big gay question, but I hope there's a way to make it into something.
Okay. So, obviously, this is a tough one. We are not trained psychologists,
allegedly,
psychiatrists, or therapists. So what we say should have no bearing on how you decide to
we're reading the full rights. Cannot be used
so you cannot use
against you in the court of law.
We say as any type of medical or psychological.
Oh God,
or
what are
any
you going to tell her to do?
Things. Here's what I think you should do. Personally, obviously, these feelings are strong, or else you wouldn't have wrote it about it, right? So there's something that's bogging your mind. That's bogging your mind out. What I would recommend is, if this is something that you feel you can have a open conversation with your partner, with your husband, and let him know that you have thought about possibly exploring. I think there is. I think you're. How do I say this?
Safe space. It's all food for thought.
Well, how do I say it where it's like the worst he could say is no? Because here's the thing. She's not saying she wants to sleep with other men. She wants to explore possibly her sexuality. And I think sometimes, and I may be wrong, so please don't quote me on this, but I think it's easier for men who have a girlfriend to accept that girlfriend may want to explore with other women versus her wanting to bring in another man.
Sure.
Because there's no maybe competition. So I think, and what straight guy doesn't like watching two women? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Like, no, not to dirty it, but straight men, they're dogs. We are. Men in general are dogs. So I think, to me, I think you should have an open and honest question when you are both sitting down and have the space to talk about it. Bringing it up on a car ride to the store or something like that, no.
Don't bring it up at the grocery store.
Don't bring it up in the grocery store.
Hey, can you pass me the milk? By the way. I've been thinking about this.
But I think you need to do it when you are, you say, listen, I want to chat. Let me know when you have a few minutes. I just want to make sure that we're both in the right mind frame. And that's how you do it.
Where I get tripped up on something like this is I wonder, like, what's the difference between this and then also just saying you're like, it's a much bigger identity thing than just saying you're fantasizing about other people in general. And I think it is, lots of things can be true. It could be that you were caught up in compulsory heterosexuality and you didn't have the safe space to explore this, but that doesn't in any way take away from the fact of the like love and the life that you have with your husband. And I think no matter what, it's like when we're with someone, we are going to wonder about other people. So I would almost say, yeah, fantasize about other people, but it's like there's this, because I have cheated in the past a lot, and it's probably like one of the biggest blemishes on my. Every time I did it, it was just like out of like such a like a cowardly me not wanting to deal with things and just like shitty. But like and I've like looked at that a lot because I'm like, why did I do that? How do I prevent it? And like in my relationship now, like there's this one person that I've like fantasized about sometimes. That's not my girlfriend. And I'll try to play the tape in it where I'll be like, okay, say I were to ever have a sexual encounter with this person, then what would I be losing? And it's like, oh, I'd be losing like so many it's never worth it. It would never be worth it to me to lose what I have with my girlfriend to like have that. Yeah. So that's what I would, but it's like that any sexual experience you have is a part of your sexuality. So I would almost say like almost like kind of like keep it, if you guys are bringing new energy into a relationship, and my girlfriend and I have talked about this extensively because we both love the idea sexually of like.
Yeah, but what happens is, I hear what you're saying, but what happens is.
You think she'll always wonder what if.
Yeah.
But what about if you're in a monogamous relationship, you might always wonder what if anyway, and that's part of the deal you make with your significant other. Like, well, I think we're going to wonder what if.
But I think that's something that also like maybe have that open and honest conversation with them and be like, hey,
and hooking up with someone's fucking hard.
You don't always have to. You don't always have to. Here's the thing, you can do it kind of like in a smart way too, where you guys can go out and be like, that woman. She can be like, oh, she's beautiful.
You mean like do a threesome?
No. But like slowly incorporate.
Right. Where
you're not like overtly having a conversation, being like, hey, I think I want to sleep with a woman. Where like maybe you're out at a bar. And you guys are just looking at it and she's just like, oh, she's so beautiful.
Right.
She's so beautiful.
Right.
Right? And then it's kind of like you're not full out coming out, but you're kind of like dropping small little hints.
I had a friend from college who got married and then she ended up coming out as bisexual and she was like, it was like pretty awkward.
Don't listen to me though. Because this is my thought.
You know what? It's all food for thought. And it's also like thinking about like, okay, what am I? The friend of mine that came out in college as bisexual after being with her husband for a long time and is still with her husband. She was like, it just meant a lot to me to be like recognized as bisexual, even though I'm in a monogamous relationship with my husband. So like my girlfriend is bisexual, but she obviously got like a lot of like chances to explore that. I would almost err on the side of being like, yes, it was compulsory heterosexuality. Yes, you're having fantasies exactly like you said. And it's more like you're going to be fantasizing about women than men because you're actively having sex with a guy, your husband, who you're in love with. So I would almost say to like the idea of bringing in a new energy in person seems like more fun in our brain than I think it actually is. Cause like, it's like we romanticize the idea of it. Also, you can get creative with like something Lexi and I have talked about is like, getting like certain like sex toys that or like a sex robot or like one thing that we've been, those like penises that like you could have it on the wall and it's like a machine. Have you seen that? It's like you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? It's hard for us to get rights.
No. You're taking gay marriage away from me now. Straight people do this too. I always watch straight porn and they're doing wife swap left and right. Straight people are
also,
crazy.
That's something that she could probably do is, maybe start incorporating a little excitement into the bedroom that may include a woman. Visually, like
totally have the porn playing or all that, or like a big thing that I would definitely do, like with Lexi. It's like it would be like, oh yeah, if we could have like some type of like sex robot or something. I also am totally okay. I would be so okay though with her having sex with someone else and there's a big if, they can't see her face and they can't talk to her. So if there was like a glory hole situation and it was just her and you can't see her and it's just her legs and she's just getting fucked, that's fine to me because it's just a pure sexual stage. But if she scratched their back, I'd go ballistic. I'd never be able to get over it. Do you know what I mean? So her husband might have a similar.
How are you? First of all, you know how a glory hole works.
Yeah, I've seen them in porn.
Okay, so it's a wall with a hole.
Okay.
You know, you got to stick something through the hole.
So they would stick.
So how are you going to have a woman on this side and a woman on that side?
No.
What are you sticking through the hole?
Well, it would be. It should be having sex with the guys in it. That would be what it would be.
So you okay?
So because we have sex very like heterosexually, in like very much. So she would be like, you've probably never watched Glory Hole where there are like women in it, I'm assuming.
Oh.
So they have like lots of it where it's usually based in Russia or Germany. Lots of the porns I watch are like based in those places for whatever reason. But like one I've watched a bunch is like there's like all of these women and then it's like their faces are totally blocked off. It's just their legs spread. I've watched gay guys ones where it's like that too. And it's like just the hole and then people come up and fuck it. But if you can't see someone's face, to me, that's no harm, no foul. We don't even know what's going on.
That's 99% of gay sex interaction.
And my main concern would be I would just want to make sure that those guys respect and are completely respect her and aren't fucking racist in any way. Because she'd have her beautiful brown little legs out there. And I don't want some person not honoring that. But other than that, that would be okay. But if they talked, then I would be beside myself. Like if they talked at all, then I don't know if I could get over that. That's just me. That's just me. So we've got another gay problem.
Give me these fucking gay problems. Let me look at this, Emma.
All right.
God. That was, let's hold on. Now, let's see. Hold on. All right. This is, okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. You're right.
Yes, I'm looking for my phone real quick. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. The rainbow. Okay. Love Pride merch, but also wondering about looking like a walking flag. Now,
I never thought of that.
Let me tell you something about Pride merch, okay? You know, when they took Pride merch away from like Target and all that other stuff.
I wasn't following it. Is that what it was? Like, people so upset at Target?
Yeah, and let me tell you something. I don't need a rainbow handkerchief to remind me that I have sex with men, okay? Like, I get
Right.
tested, every 3 months. That's my reminder. That my chart notifications are a reminder that I am a homosexual. But here's the thing. I think if you obviously live in a place where maybe being gay isn't as prominent as a place like New York City, it's nice to have gay merch. Now, I think it's nice to have gay merch. How are we gay and we can't come up with better merch?
This is true.
How are we gay and we can't come up with a better looking merch than a gay fan or a gay handkerchief?
This is true.
Rainbow. How are we gay?
And you know what?
We've put people in gowns on the Met Gala, but we can't come up with something better than a gay rainbow bandana? What's wrong with us?
And that's something where it's like, yeah, gay guys need to get on that, because I wouldn't trust lesbians to come up with it.
I don't know.
Or queer, where maybe a bisexual.
I don't know who's been coming up with it.
That's an example of, when you do things for others, but you're not doing it for yourself. Like, the community is putting people in beautiful gowns.
We should be
It's
really
true.
like, how are we letting this go through? Listen, don't get me wrong. I think a rainbow, a rainbow here and there, like maybe like a little circle or something.
Or what about
cute.
when a straight person has it? That's nice, because they're letting you know, hey,
what?
Friendly. They're letting you know friendly.
No, I think we need to have separate merch for like our
straight allies.
I don't know why. First of all, why do we call them allies? This isn't World War II, right? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
you guys are like,
our straight friends.
You guys are like, contractors,
right?
And that's how I like to think of it.
That is true. The ally word is pretty fucking intense.
It's kind of really intense. Yeah. We need to have something for like the allies. To be like, I'm an ally. Okay, well, you don't have to wear the rainbow, but maybe it's like a yellow stripe or something that's kind of like cool, right? We never like really honed into the merch.
And
you know what happened? Let me tell you something. Because of that, it went over to China.
What did?
Our merch. That's where all the merch comes from.
But that's because of the cost of production. There's so much less. It's not like homophobia. They're not like we can't make flags in America. Well, the Chinese took the rainbow flags.
I mean, listen, I just think we could have better looking merch.
When I think of a rainbow flag, I think of a parent like trying to show, like a mom in Ohio trying to show support for their like gay niece or something, so they get like decked out in it.
Yeah,
that's what I think of when I see it.
You know what you can do? You can vote. That's how you can show your support for gay people. You can vote. How about that one? Next. Okay. The family. Grandma asking, so do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend yet? And having to decide if you're going to come out again or just sip your drink and say you're loving single life. Well, here's the thing. I love grandmas. I love everybody. How much longer does she have to live? Mm-hmm. Right? Like how much?
That's
like
exactly
what? Like what? She's going to one more Christmas? Two, maybe?
Is exactly
so just
what
how
my
about you
mom
be
said.
like, oh, Grandma, it's dating is hard. That's all. And then you just take a sip of your very boxed wine from Sam's Club and enjoy your holiday.
Are you closeted to any of your family? Does any of them not know?
God, honey, please.
Not so much.
Oh,
It.
God.
I wonder if my grandmother was gay.
If my family thought in any way I was a heterosexual, I'd be like, are you okay? Do you have medical problems?
I feel that too. Actually, when people are, I feel that too when people ask about myself.
Yes, Grandma. Well, what do you think?
If
It's the family, Grandma asking, so do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend yet? And having to decide if you're going to come out again or just sip your drink and say you're loving the single life.
I say I'm just loving the single life. If it was my grandmother,
Yeah.
I would do that. I would like pick my battles. I mean,
No.
but my grandma was so fucking like, I want to respect the R.I.P. the dead. She was so dykey. She was like a linebacker.
Oh, really?
And she always used to just like, she was talk about a square jaw, square shoulder. She's coming in
Is
hot.
she a lesbian?
I mean, no. I don't know.
It does go back to the
I don't know. Talk about like a compulsive heterosexuality. What a different time. But like there was something about her that was just, I just remember her shoulders, which isn't something you usually say about a straight woman. She was very sporty. But my grandma was, I remember when I met her, she was probably in her like late 80s. She died at like 93. And I remember I came out by the time I was with her, but she never, I remember my mom saying, when I came out, I told my mom I was gay, whatever, and then she knew that we were going to see my grandma, and she just kind of took me aside, and she said, she's going to die soon. And I knew what she meant, like kind of like put a cork in it until whatever.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
And then right.
Life's great, Grandma.
Also, the other thing, too, is my grandmother was really like losing her memory at the end, so I could have told her, and she wouldn't have held on to
offense,
it.
But
I was very okay with my grandmother not knowing. You want to do one more, and then we've see how many we've got.
One more. How much time do we have left?
2 minutes.
All right.
About a minute.
All right, let's do one more quick one. Let's see. Media rep, when you see and relate to queer characters in shows, but also bracing for the tragic storyline or insane drama.
Isn't that true? The queer character does usually not have a happy ending.
I don't know. I just kind of stopped watching gay shows.
There's a show I watched that wasn't a gay show. I forget what the fuck it was called, but it was about like addiction in Massachusetts. And actually, when I saw it, I remember like auditioning for it. But you see that totally. Yeah, it's not usually like, I mean, I feel like anytime I watch a gay love line, it's like a tragic. That's why Lexi and I don't watch movies together anymore, because she loves watching something where they fall in love and then someone dies of AIDS, and I'm just bawling.
Are you watching movies from the 80s and 90s?
This one we watched a couple months ago. I haven't cried harder, and I looked at her with just like tears coming down my face.
What movie was it?
It was Susan Sarandon with it. The acting was
well,
amazing.
there you go.
And it was like someone like got cancer, then they got better, and then they got AIDS, because we don't like watching, we usually don't like watching the same type of movies. So I said, fine, I'll watch one of your movies. So we're watching it, and it was like the most I had tears just pouring down my face, and then I said, why would you watch this for fun? And then I'm never watching a movie again with her ever.
Yeah, I just kind of stopped watching gay shows.
It was,
I mean, I support them, but
sure,
ever since like Will and Grace.
Oh, I used to like Will and Grace.
Like Modern Family, kind of like, they've gone off the air. I
Right.
feel like gay shows now are just like, it's too much.
I loved Will and Grace.
Will and Grace was great. All right, we got to stop.
All right. Thank you so much for sending us in your questions.
We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
And we're going to come back. We're going to
Thank you
do
guys.
more.
Yeah, we got a lot more questions too, so we'll get to them. And I love hearing about any type of gay problem. Doesn't even have to be a specifically gay problem, just a problem in the gay brain.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.